Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Will. Welcome to the third edition of Sports Urban Legend TV. I'm your host, William Rameau. And as I promised before, this is going to be a spoilers review of the latest Avenger Infinity War movie. So you've been warned in advance. So, this is a sports and entertainment channel. So if you like this video or any future videos, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share it, and equally important, if you haven't done this before, feel free to like this video and click that bell icon so you could be notified for future episodes. So with that said, let me just dive right into the Avenger movie. And man, what a phenomenal movie. It started off right off the back where Black Panther and especially the Thor Ragnarok film left off. And after the events of what happened in Thor Ragnarok with Asgard being destroyed, basically they start right off from that, where they Thor and his fellow Asgardians, people from the Norse mythology, they fled Asgard after the events of Ragnarok, where it was destroyed. They went on another planet on exile, and the movie just was action packed from the start. Thor got his butt handed to him. Not to mention the Incredible Hulk, Loki, who got killed shockingly. He originally pretended like he was gonna side with Thanos, but instead he actually sided with his brother for a change, and as a result he got killed. And then with his last heroic, deed, Hermidal, Idris Elba's character, he sacrificed his life, and before he got killed by Thanos and his goons, Hermidal sent the Incredible Hulk back to Earth. He teleported him back to Earth with the Infinity Stone, and basically Thor got to see his brother Loki, who obviously, they've had a legendary rivalry even in Norse mythology times, and then also Hermidal, who was his faithful warrior by his side, ever since the first Thor film. So he bit the dust as well. So Thanos, man, he was just killing people left and right. It was crazy. And so you got two iconic characters getting killed right off the bat, and from there you knew this movie was gonna be a crazy film. So fast forward to Earth, Iron Man and Spider-Man teamed up against some of the soldiers that were some of Thanos' soldiers who arrived to Earth before he did, and basically, that also formed a team up between Doctor Strange as well, and they battled, Thanos' minions, on Earth, and then afterwards, basically Tony Stark's and his longtime girlfriend, Pepper Potts, they're back together. Gwyneth Paltrow reprises her role again. And, they had some comedic moments there. And, of course, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange all went into space, which forced Iron Man to cancel his plans with his fiance, his on and off again, fiance. So basically, they had a battle in space. which ended up with Thanos getting another Infinity Ring, because there's 6 Infinity Rings, and if Thanos gets all 6, he will rule the universe and control life itself. So, fast forward to that, after Thanos, got that got that ring on Earth, through his henchmen, basically, Doctor Strange's, apprentice, sidekick Wong, he had to stay and protect one of the sanctums, so he had to stay behind. And then afterwards, the Guardian of the Galaxy, they met up with Thor, which is what was I think teased in the second Guardian of the Galaxy film, if my memory serves me right. So they finally got along with him. He got along with the Guardians of Galaxy, except for Star-Lord, aka Peter Quinn. He butted heads with Thor right off the bat. So basically, with them realizing that Thanos, was vastly approaching, Gamora and Drax, played by Batista, formerly of WWE, they were on their quest to get revenge. Gamora was, of course, the adopted daughter of Thanos when he committed genocide on her home world and adopted her as his daughter, as well as Nebula as well. And Drax's family got slaughtered by Thanos, so they've been on a revenge tour ever since the first Guardians of Galaxy, when that team finally formed up. And so one by one, Thanos was getting Infinity Stones, and leaving a lot of characters being killed off. And the most saddest moment was obviously when Gamora was trying to kill Thanos, and she thought she did, but Thanos was tricking her, and Thanos was able to get her captive. And the saddest part was that Thanos, in his bloodthirst for power, by any means necessary, he sacrificed literally the only person he cared about in the entire galaxy other than himself, and that was Gamora. So she was sacrificed by Thanos in order for him to go one step further into his quest. I think that's how he acquired the Soul Stone, which was guarded by Red Skull, which of course he's the Nazi superhuman villain from Captain America, from the Captain America mythology, in the comic books. So Red Skull made his return for the first time probably since Captain America 1, about a decade ago. So that was an interesting surprise there, seeing him return. And then of course, a funny scene when the Guardians of Galaxy, I think it was on the planet Nowhere, they met up with Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange, and they had one of the most memorable moments in the scene when Star-Lord was asking Iron Man, "Where is Gamora?" And then afterwards, Iron Man was like, "Better yet, who is Gamora?" And then Drax tried to out-top them. "Okay, why is Gamora?" And it was like if you saw the movie, it was funny, but I digress. So basically, they were about to kill each other, and they didn't even realize that they were all on the same side, basically trying to destroy Thanos. And I would assume they would have known that they were Star-Lord and Iron Man and Captain America, not Captain America, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange were all on Earth, since they were all speaking, with English, speaking the English language, or whatever they would call the equivalent of English in the galaxy. So that's that. So basically, um, there was a lot of casualties. There was Vision later on. When they went on a Wakanda, and basically the battle went to Wakanda, and basically they had to prepare for the battle of Thanos. Coming onto Wakanda, and epic battle scene, and it was you know whatchamacallit, it was climax by Thanos arriving on well, actually Thanos was in Titan at that time, but their troops was battling on Titan, and Star Lord, Iron Man, they all had a chance to kill Thanos right then and there inside Titan, but Star Lord, he was on his revenge tour as well, and he tried to kill him, but when as soon as he found out that Gamora died, which was obviously his love interest, and that was their only best chance of getting him, stopping once and for all. So then later on, Thor tried to kill him with the with his new hammer, because the his other hammer that he had for so many years was destroyed. So basically they had to get a new one, and that was they had to Thor tried to kill him, but he hit him in the chest, but Thanos told him he should have aimed for the head, and as a result, Thanos was able to take over. He was able to take over, and of course he took the gem from Vision. After Vision tried to get Scarlet Witch to kill him, but she didn't want to, but obviously she was willing to sacrifice the one she loved, Vision, because he told her to do it, and reluctantly she did kill him. But then Thanos, possessing all 5 of the gems at this point, he used the time stone to reverse time so that he could kill Vision himself in order for him to get the 6th and final one. And that's when all hell broke loose. Spider-Man disappeared, got quote unquote killed off. Black Panther got killed off. Those were like the 2 shocking ones during that sequence, where basically Thanos was the most powerful being in the galaxy. With a snap of his finger, people are dying at random because Thanos is on this genocide mission where he kills half the population of a planet in order to make the world or the galaxy better, which obviously doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but that was his mission. He basically sacrificed the only person he cared about, Gamora, just so he could get power. And right now he's sitting pretty because he's the most powerful being in the galaxy right now. But that's basically where it left off, and you better believe it. He's gonna get his butt kicked in the next movie. So then, that was a shocking ending. No one expected that ending whatsoever, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that sequel. And then afterwards, people in the theaters was wondering, oh shoot, are they gonna have a post credit scene, because they always have at least 2 in every Marvel film. So at the very end, literally after the end of the movie, then they had the post credit where basically Nick Fury, I should say. Him and his agent. I forgot the girl, the woman from what's the name of that show? How I Met Your Mother. I forgot her name. Her name escapes me for the moment, but her character. She was with him. They both disappeared, but before he disappeared, he contacted somebody, which all signs are pointing to Captain Marvel being in the next film, because those are going to be one of the films that's going to be leading up to the sequel to the Avenger film. So I'm really excited. So to make a long story short, man, I give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's literally nothing I would change from the film. I mean, other than, Spider-Man and Black Panther getting killed off, or as many people theorize, the people who were quote-unquote killed off in, after Thanos got all six, they were basically sucked up into the Soul Stone. That's the biggest theory going on right now. So, which makes perfect sense, because there's no way that Marvel in their right mind would ever kill off Spider-Man and Black Panther, two of their hottest characters in the films right now. So I'm really looking forward to this film. No doubt about it. To me, there's no way Marvel could top this film. Any Avenger type films, except if they got, X-Men and or Fantastic Four, joining the fray, because Disney has the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men. And the only way it could be epic with the X-Men is if you got Hugh Jackman to come back and the original cast to come in, from the 2000s. But I strongly doubt that's going to happen, because the offense of the Logan film, even though I didn't watch it, but I know what happened. So unless if Hugh Jackman is down to come back, and the other cast, like Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, that kind of class comes back, I doubt it's ever going to happen. So you never know. We'll just stay tuned and see what happens with that. So with that, I give it a 10 out of 10. Phenomenal movie. Had awesome comedy, awesome action. They stayed true to the character, and that's why Marvel is kicking butt all across the spectrum in theaters, because they care about their fans, they listen to their fans, and they give them what they want, and they stay true to the source material from the comic book. So that's why Marvel is heads and shoulders above everybody. All the superhero, action, sci-fi movies that are out there, just like how Star Wars used to be in the 70s and 80s, Marvel is on that level right now. And, as much as I love DC, DC gotta, just continue to follow that recipe that Marvel's been doing successfully. And hopefully they'll continue to do more movies, because that Wonder Woman movie was phenomenal. They got to build on that. The Justice League film, which I reviewed on my the Sports Urban Legend podcast show, that was a good movie, but obviously, they're not on the level of Marvel yet, if ever. So basically, in order for you to do a successful film, you gotta listen to the fans. You gotta mix drama, action, comedy, and have the characters stay within themselves and not do things that are way out of the character's norm. So, my kudos. Tip my invisible Met cap to Marvel. To keep doing their thing, and I'm looking forward to that sequel. And another note, Deadpool finally knocked it off the box off, the number one on the box office. So kudos to Deadpool too. So that looked like a very interesting film as well. So maybe I might give my thoughts on that one, once I see it. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that. So, with that said, definitely go see Marvel. I mean, if you saw this movie already, you know what it is. So, just continue to support Marvel because they make the best movies, the best action superhero movies, bar none. So, check it out. So, with that, I want to thank you guys for listening to this video, my thoughts, my spoiler review of Avengers Infinity War. So with that, I'm Will. If you like this video, like it, comment on it, and if you haven't seen this, if you haven't subscribed to this show, please do so. Click the subscribe button, and also click that bell button so you could be notified for future films. Future episodes. So with that, I'm William Rameau. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.